Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the Tszyu versus Mendoza Is On video, as Tszyu, the undefeated WBO interim champion and soon to be the WBO junior middleweight champion of the world, will at least attempt to become the WBC interim champion. He could be fighting for 2 belts and attempting to unify belts on October 15th, which is a Sunday, but that's Sunday in Australia, will be Saturday. So technically October 14th from Australia, he's going to be fighting Brian Mendoza. October 14th, our time. It's going to be the 15th in Australia though. But Tszyu versus Mendoza is on. Now, before we get into all that, if you guys could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up here. So, you know, this fight is a big fight because, you know, Tszyu is the undefeated, kind of most avoided guy at 154 pounds right now. I wouldn't say avoided, just Charlo didn't want to, preferred to fight Canelo, which, hey, you can't blame Charlo for moving up 2 weight classes and taking a chance like that. But Tszyu is currently the interim champion, but once Charlo is announced as the undisputed champion on September 30th, Tszyu will automatically be upgraded after that to champion prior to his showdown with Mendoza. So he at least will be defending this belt. And from what I'm hearing, or from what I just read, the report is that it's at least going to be for the WBC interim belt that Brian Mendoza holds. Now, Brian Mendoza scored a monster upset back in April when he was losing almost every round. He was losing every round to Sebastian Fundora, and then he caught Fundora cold and knocked him out brutally, and is now the WBC interim champion following that win. And we knew Mendoza was going to get an opportunity against somebody, but they're saying that, you know, from what I'm reading, is that it could be a unification bout. You could see Tszyu battling Mendoza to unify belts, because Mendoza could get upgraded to champion, to WBC champion. Because what I believe the WBC would do, because they've done this before, is why not just name Charlo the champion emeritus, which means just like they just did for Devin Haney. Devin Haney decided to move up to 140 to challenge Regis Prograis, and they named him champion emeritus, which means the vacant WBC title is going to go on the line, and Haney has the first crack at that belt if he decides to come back down to lightweight. And Charlo could be granted the same thing. Since he's moved up and he's fighting a fellow WBC champion in Canelo at 168, the WBC can name Charlo champion emeritus, which means he can come right back down and fight for any belts that he doesn't have. And he might do that, because personally I think Charlo is going to get beat by Canelo, and I think he'll get beat convincingly to where Charlo's going to want to come back down to 154 and claim his belts, because there's a mega fight looming between Charlo and Terrence Bud Crawford. So at 154. So, you know, a lot of moving pieces, and I think Charlo should absolutely go for it, because it's going to make for some good ass fights, you know, moving forward. But this is a big deal, this fight right here between Tszyu and Mendoza. You know, both these guys, I mean, Tszyu's coming in a sizable favorite. He's fighting at home. I mean, I'd be surprised if he lost this fight. But Mendoza has played that underdog role, and he's played it well, and he's not really tripping. So it's going to be a good fight on October 15th to determine who's momentarily taking over 154 while Charlo makes his move to 168. So, and we could already know that Charlo wants to move back down. We could already know that by the time this fight is happening, you know, because I personally think Charlo is going to get beat by Canelo convincingly, and then he's probably going to want to move back down. So we're probably already going to know what's going on. So why not just allow this fight to be a unified title fight? Name Charlo the champion emeritus, because what that means is he'll get the first crack at the belt at 154. So it just makes sense. So we'll see what goes down, but I'm hoping it becomes a unification at the very least. I'm happy that Tszyu's going to be defending his WBO title against Mendoza, and I'm really interested in seeing these two guys. Check it out, October 14th on Showtime. Tszyu versus Brian Mendoza is on for the WBO Super Welterweight title at 154 pounds. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.